Welcome, everyone, to I Drink Your Podcast. I'm Emily, and you're joining us for our IDYP 2010 season. Please like and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of those things. We love those ratings. We also are super excited because we have some very special guests besides our usual Ben, who's here.
What up, bitch?
Shut up. That's one. I'm going to count how many times you say bitch. We also have our wonderful Brandon back with us today.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And we also have, when Cinephiles Attack, we have Mella.
Hey.
And Ra'Shawn.
What up, bitch? I felt left
out. We're so happy to have you both for this episode. It's kind of cute because you two were the first on, was it Knocked Up? Like 2 years ago almost. Oh, it's just fun to we're friends now. We watched a very fun movie this week, at least in my opinion. You know, some of you may disagree, but we're going to talk about what's in our glass relating to this movie. Brandon, you got anything special?
I have a hard lemonade because I figured they're teenagers, so it's probably as far as they get.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And even though I'm a grown man, this is about as far as I get. So, that's
Mallow, what about you?
I am drinking Spell It With Your Peas tea.
Okay.
It's not a pea soup tea. It's just a throat coat.
And Ben.
I've got a redheaded slut.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh.
It's apple juice, razzmatazz, and Jägermeister.
Oh my God.
It is really tasty.
You lost me on the Yag.
Good.
Nah, bitch, it's delicious.
That's 2. I'm counting. I'm 100% counting. Every time he says bitch. Actually, I think he's just going to call me bitch.
Please don't. Please don't.
Ra'Shawn.
I am drinking a nondescript sports drink because it's just so exhausting trying to keep all these rumors balanced in my head, and I'm just
right.
This fitness, I got to get this fitness.
Nice.
Yeah, Emily, what about you?
I decided to do a Scarlet sidecar, although I kind of want to call it a Scarlet lawnmower. It's very tasty. Although I see it's 4 p.m. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's get drunk.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
There's brandy or bourbon. I don't remember. Corbin made it. There's a sugar rim.
Ooh.
And I was like, this is fancy. Ooh.
That's so fancy.
Pretty highfalutin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Easy A. If you didn't get any of those references, you can read the description, I guess. And you can watch Easy A on Hulu if you do that sort of thing. So,
do that sort of thing?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Have Hulu?
Yes, if you have Hulu, you can watch it, I guess. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had a very long swim meet last night and today, and I'm exhausted. But, whatever.
No, this is going swimmingly. Don't worry about
Fuck off, bitch!
Yeah.
Ra'Shawn, tell us about When Cinephiles Attack. What have you been up to lately?
Ooh, we are on our way to hitting our 2-year mark. I know you guys just did that.
Yay.
Interestingly enough, we just did an episode on Clueless for one of our listeners.
Oh my God, yes.
Very nice.
So that kind of fits in with this week's movie. And then we're also doing A Star is Born.
Which one?
Original?
The 4th A Star is Born with Lady Gaga.
Because there's a lot of them.
There's a lot, yeah.
All right, Mella. Sell us on something you've watched recently. I know you hinted at maybe a TV show that we all should watch.
So also on Hulu, if you guys do that sort of thing, there is the TV show The Bear.
Oh, yeah.
It is
so fucking good. Yeah, it's with Jeremy Allen White, who was in Shameless. They're 30-minute episodes. They are very quick paced, so it doesn't feel like you can really blow through the whole TV show because how quick paced they are, the dialogue, the shots, just everything. But the acting is so fucking good. I love an ensemble piece that's in gritty Chicago where just normal people are just trying to get by. It's so good. If you guys have ever seen Uncut Gems, that feeling that it left you at the end where you're at the edge of your seat, like, oh my God. That's kind of how I feel after every episode of The Bear. So if you're into that, turn it on.
You're not the first person that said that either. I've heard that someplace else, that it has that whole Uncut Gems feel to it.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Uncut Gems was one of the most exhausting, anxiety-ridden watches I've ever had. Like, I don't know if I could do that as a TV show.
Yeah, it's kind of masochistic that I'm watching it every single time, but I dig it. I wanna feel something. So I recommend.
Yes. Ra'Shawn, do you have something that you're also super excited about?
I do. Since we're on the Hulu kick, if you're into that sort of thing.
We're sponsored by Hulu. Just kidding.
Hulu has live sports. No.
Get the package. I watched a movie called Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. This was a Sundance movie starring Emma Thompson. She plays a woman who hires a sex worker and ends up forming a relationship with him. And the movie's pretty much like a chamber piece. It's told over 3 days. She hires him, they connect, and then she brings him back for 2 more sessions. Daryl McCormick plays the sex worker. And it's just it's almost like a play. It's just the two of them in the hotel room having these conversations about age and sex and connection and intimacy. And it's really, really good. It's like an hour and a half in and out. Great writing, fantastic acting. I recommend it a lot. I enjoyed it.
You two are so good at staying current with all the new shit that's coming out, and I'm here like falling behind all of these things, but they're adding them to my list.
It's FOMO. Like, I just can't. Like, everybody on Twitter is talking about something, and I'm like, okay, I need to know. Like, but that's the thing about me is like, there's so many other fucking shit I should be watching, and I'm like, well, I gotta watch Stranger Things, you know. So
Yeah, Emily's over here like, have you guys seen The Thing?
I just watched that for the first time. Woo!
It's been years since I've seen that.
What'd you think?
I loved it. But, oh yeah, no, I already recorded with Dylan. Never mind. I was like, don't tell Dylan. No, I loved it. I had a great time.
Okay, cool.
It was very fun. He thought I was going to be a lot more scared by the gore, but I thought it was super fucking cool. So,
it's really
whatever.
gnarly.
As we continue our tread backwards in time, Mella, why did you want to be on for Easy A from 2010?
I fucking dig this movie. I think I've seen it like over 20 times. This was definitely the start of my Emma Stone love. Like, I feel like after this, I was like, well, gotta watch everything she's been in. I love that this high school movie has Emma Stone, who's not necessarily like a beautiful, skinny, blonde chick at the front of it. She looks, just like anyone else. And I think I can put myself into her shoes where she's kind of funny, kind of quirky. She's not like a quote unquote loser or anything. She has friends. And I feel like the high school of it is very real. Like, everyone looks like they're in high school. I think the whole plot of it is something that would actually happen versus sometimes in high school movies, you're like, well, this is just kind of a fantasy of high school versus an Easy A. I'm like, yeah, this could actually happen. It has happened. I've been in a gossip chain before, not at the center of it, but I've
Scandalous.
definitely sent some texts out. And also, I feel like this is the best parent relationship that I've seen in a movie. We'll talk about that later. I fucking love Easy A.
I wrote that down like 10 times. Like, I love these parents. These parents are fucking amazing.
It's amazing.
Like, can I be the black kid in the family?
Right.
Adopt me.
Let me just begin by saying that there are 2 sides to every story, and this is my side, the right one. I used to be anonymous, and nothing, a non-entity.
Olive, that's your name, right?
Yeah, we've had 9 classes together since kindergarten. So here it is, part 1.
Do you want to go out with me?
Brandon, just a couple hours ago, you told me you were gay.
You said I should pretend to be straight.
I didn't mean with me.
I am tormented every day at school. Just one good imaginary fling.
Which brings us to part 2.
Was that Olive with Brandon?
No, grunt and make it convincing.
Oh.
Stop!
Oh, not gonna stop!
You ready for the grand finale?
Yeah. What? Oh!
Yeah!
Easy A is currently at 85% on Rotten Tomatoes and was one of the top-rated comedy movies of 2010. It was directed by Will Gluck, who started as a TV writer before making his directorial debut in 2009 with the cheerleader film Fired Up. Has anyone seen that one?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, man.
Ra'Shawn.
Too many times.
Oh, no.
I think I might have seen it.
It's fun.
It's a fun one? Okay.
Yeah,
It's fun.
Starring in this movie, as Mella said, is Emma Stone. Her first movie role was in 2007 Superbad, before also landing roles in The Rocker, The House Bunny, Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, and Zombieland. Also in this movie is Amanda Bynes. She got her start on Nickelodeon on All That, and The Amanda Show before starring in Big Fat Liar, What a Girl Wants, She's the Man, Hairspray, and Sydney White. Her watching her own performance in this movie caused her to quit acting, and she's not been seen on screen since.
Miss you, love you so much, Amanda.
It makes me really sad.
I did not know that.
Did she just quit because she thought it was bad, or just
Yeah.
She just didn't like seeing herself up there and didn't like what she was doing. Or
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. She just quit.
Also, this movie stars many great adult actors. I think that's what gives it a lot more credence than a typical teen movie. It's got Thomas Hayden Church, Lisa Kudrow, Malcolm McDowell, Patricia Clarkson, and Zaddy Tucci.
Absolutely.
Those Henleys, baby. What?
That's right. Yes. Oh,
Hey, he's a pretty ass looking dude, man. No bullshit. He's
Yeah.
a pretty ass dude.
he might have raised me at least 1 point on the Kinsey scale in this movie.
Little bump.
Oh, he might have brought me
Yeah.
back a little bit.
Brandon, what is this movie about based on the DVD cover?
After a little white lie about losing her virginity gets out, a clean-cut high school girl sees her life paralleling Hester Prynne in The Scarlet Letter, which she is currently studying in school, until she decides to use the rumor mill to advance her social and financial standing.
All right. I guess that's what this movie's about.
Do you
Pretty
disagree?
much.
I don't know. I just was like, the whole paralleling to Hester Prynne is just a little fabricated. But I guess that's like how most high school movies are when it comes to their classic literature take on things. You know, it's loosely there. It's not super into it. But I mean, maybe She's the Man is the one that stands out above them all.
I mean, She's the Man is very good, especially when it comes to its comparison to 12th Night. Like it does a lot to parallel that story. It's not quite as good as Get Over It, which just a phenomenal job of giving us the story of Midsummer Night's Dream.
Lies.
But there are other ones too. Do you guys have a favorite of this teen movie based on classic literature?
Outside of Clueless, which we talked about, which is like my number one, I'd probably say She's All That.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen that one. What is it parody? Or not parody, but
It's
you know what I mean.
Pygmalion, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or My Fair Lady, whatever, whichever one.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yep, I understand now.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 10 things. 10 things I hate
I was
going
going
to
to say that too.
Oh, that's a good one. I really like that one. What is it about like the late 90s, early thousands? They did that a lot, didn't they?
Yeah. I think it's just easy. Like we dig a teen romance comedy, and it's easy to just like take a classic story that everyone knows and just change the names and put them in high school, and there you go. And I feel like it just works. Like we already know what's going to happen in the end, and that's okay. We're already just sitting here just wanting to see how it unfolds.
Mhm.
Okay.
I also think Clueless kind of burst in the door in 1995, and then there was the mad rush of, okay, now we got to rush a bunch of these out, and that's why you see 15 more come out between 99 and 2005 or 6.
Right.
I mean, you even have movies like O, which
I was
is
gonna
based
say
on
O.
Othello,
I was going to say
which
that
is
too.
not a comedy at all, and, but they tried to do it.
They did it.
I'm now intrigued. Putting that on my list, maybe?
You can definitely watch that one with Corbin. It's got Josh Hartnett.
Oh yeah, that's his love right there.
With these classic literature movies, though, do you feel like they do a good enough job capturing the story for me to not have to read the fucking book in high school?
Okay, not to get tested and actually do well, let's be honest, because I know for a fact I did not read the Scarlet Letter.
I didn't.
I mean,
either.
I did, but I hated every second of it and nothing stayed in my brain. And so if at that time I was reading the Scarlet Letter and watching this movie, like none of the comparisons would work other than the fact that she said, "Oh, go rent the movie," and I would have known that there was a movie.
Yeah. Which I think though is kind of like the point a little bit. You know, it's not a direct retelling of it. It's kind of like her version. Like she sees the Scarlet Letter, or you know, it's happening in class and she's kind of like, I have an idea, versus the whole movie being like a complete remake.
Okay.
More of an inspiration than a retelling. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's not having a baby, you know, it's just a little a lot different, but
She didn't actually have sex.
yeah.
That's true.
But you know, for the most part, I think this is, even though it's super loose, got super loose. We're talking about what we're talking about. Anyway, like it's a loose interpretation, but it's like I think it's probably the most well done one I've seen versus the other ones. It feels like they're still trying to go with the whole, oh, this is like, you know, 10 things they hate about you, and oh, like it feels like they're still trying to push it. This is like, yo, this is kind of what it's kind of like, but it's not really like this, and we're just gonna go on this journey and have fun with it anyway. And it made it so much more fun with, like, especially the parents of the shit. Even like the way the lines were delivered, like it's funny. It's still funny to me. Like, was it 12 years later? It's still hilarious to me.
Yep.
I think this is probably one of the better voiceovers that I've actually that's been in film for a while. Like everything else feels like it's telling too much. Like you feel like you don't know that she's already previously done this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like the very end, and it is done well. I like the whole film. Like this is one of those films that like every time I see it, it's hilarious, and I love it every time I watch it.
I love that Brandon's just showing all of his cards right away. I mean, I love it too. Mella, me, Brandon, we're on the same page. To take us back to the classic literature approach, I just wanted to throw out there, did you know that this was supposed to be kind of a trilogy of movies?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Can you guess the other two classic literatures that they wanted to do besides the Scarlet Letter?
Grapes of Wrath.
Nope.
And Great Gatsby.
No. Ra'Shawn, do you remember one of them?
I know one of them was Cyrano.
Mm-hmm.
Wuthering Heights?
The other one.
No. The other one is one that I don't think I would have known the name of. But it's The Mystery of Edwin Drood, where
Who the fuck is
the
Edwin?
the mentor guy falls in love with his girl student. And I was like, thank God they didn't make that one.
No.
Ooh. Although, isn't Steve Martin in a Cyrano de Bergerac adaptation thing?
Roxanne.
So they probably didn't need to do that anyway, because I'm sure Ben thinks it's perfect.
I mean, there's been a ton of Cyrano ones. Like Sierra Burgess is a Loser was Cyrano. That came out a couple years ago.
Oh, I did not know that was a thing.
One of the reasons I think that this one works with the classic literature better than others is because it doesn't hold it close to its chest what it's trying to do. Whereas, like, you needed to do a little research to know that Taming of the Shrew was what inspired 10 Things I Hate About You. Whereas this one just flat out is like, Scarlet Letter, right in your face. This is what we're going with.
Yeah.
And I think it works really well because of that, because there's not subtext you have to read into or prior knowledge you need.
Right.
Yeah, that is true. You know, it's very accessible to anyone coming in. You know, I really like how they do kind of that little synopsis showing the movie and getting everyone on the same page of, oh, this is why, but it's not a perfect translation of it.
Right.
Good points, Ben. Way to be smart.
Thanks, bitch.
Oh my God. I set myself up for that. Fuck.
This is Amanda Bynes' last movie. What are our thoughts on Amanda Bynes? And
I fucking love her.
I love Amanda Bynes.
I know I love She's the Man. I love Sydney White.
I
Man.
hate Sydney White, but I love her.
She's such a good actress.
What was the TV show she was in with the other girl from 90210?
What I Like About You.
I watched a little bit of it. I actually liked that show when I
Me
was
too.
younger. I thought it was kind of cool.
I think Amanda Bynes is just so good. I feel like for a while, I feel like she was kind of boxed into the same type of parts. And then when she did Hairspray, which is another favorite movie of mine, and this, they're completely different. And I think this role actually is like one of my favorite of hers because she takes that like bitchy Christian girl, popular girl to another level, and but still has like some humanity in it versus just being like the rude popular girl. Like you see why she's like that.
There's also something with her performance where it feels like a person that could have existed or that I knew in high school.
Or in college.
Right. And for someone who has grown up in such a sheltered life, like for her to be able to tap into that, like, I don't know, her being raised on set, like tutors instead of school, like it's amazing that she's able to even find this character. And it just goes to show the talents that she has.
And it's crazy that she would look at this and be like, I'm not good. What?
Bitch,
What
please.
Bitch, please.
Okay. I feel like it's a case of like her and Lindsay Lohan just being like child actors kind of getting swallowed up because they're both so good. And I feel like they just got torn apart and didn't have a chance to be the stars because they're both capable of great performances, I think.
I feel like if they went, she's gone away for a while, but I think there would, with the right director, with the right script, she would be able to make a really good comeback and do the actual thing she wants to do versus being that teen girl and everything that she did. She can do whatever she wants now.
Right. And I would love to see that, honestly. I think that would be spectacular to have her come back. I know that like me and some of my girlfriends would be just like thrilled to go to a movie and see her in it.
Yeah.
We're like all lining up at the door waiting for a midnight showing or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like if like she could come back like what's the guy's name? He was in Goonies and he was just recently in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like he's like half of the reason why I went to go see it because he was in it. And I'm like, he kills it. Like I can't think of the guy's name, but it just popped in my head right now. But like he waited years to come back. And I'm like, this is the vehicle you come back in.
Yeah, exactly.
What's crazy to think about too is if this movie was made in 2005, we likely would have gotten Amanda Bynes in Emma Stone's role.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so. I think that would have been who they cast in that role. Coming off of She's the Man, that seems like
that's a good
one
point.
that they'd be throwing at her.
Yeah, I think she would have done really well. I also have a really hard time imagining anyone but Emma Stone in this role because Emma Stone really nails just like the sarcastic, witty. Not that Amanda Bynes wouldn't do that. Like we've seen her do that many times over, but there was something so raw and relatable about Emma Stone's character for me as a teenager when I first saw this movie and going like, fuck yeah, I can be promiscuous. That's okay. And embrace my sexuality. And I don't know, I think Amanda Bynes, just like seeing her on screen for so long in my like childhood and teenage years, I feel like I wouldn't have felt as connected to that character.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I don't know, there's just like something about Emma Stone in this role that she seems so cool to me that the movie's not necessarily telling you that she's a cool girl, but she knows that she is. And like and then like the parents, like her life just seems like she's very cool. And like I would want to be friends with her. And I think that's what I connect with.
How much of wanting to be friends with her though is because of how cool her parents are?
Pretty much 9 out of 10.
Yeah, right.
I feel like that is kind of the thing that doesn't work is because Emma Stone's so fucking cool that I don't necessarily believe that she's invisible. And that's like kind of the reason why she starts the rumors is to like raise her social standing. But I'm like, you are like luminous in this movie and like you're a movie star. So it doesn't make sense that you're like, nobody sees me. How could Penn Badgley not want me, you know?
Story time with Emily.
What's up?
Emily was never really cool in high school, but I had my group of friends and I had like lots of little groups of friends because I was involved in way too much. You know, I had theater and band and orchestra and choir, and I was in swimming, and I was in golf, and I was in key club. I was just in too much shit, right? And so I never really felt like one of the cool kids. And then I dated a guy, and then he went to college, and so I dated a college guy, right? And so suddenly people kind of knew who I was, which was weird. And then I dated a guy kind of who was super religious, like crazy religious, where he did not tell his parents about me. And first guy and only guy to give me a hickey too. I was not okay with that, but he was like all about I'm going to be as adventurous as possible. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And so I had a kind of a similar experience as Olive in that. And so I myself didn't feel very cool, but I felt like with my friends, I was super witty and I was very sarcastic and I was like on it, but no one really noticed me until fucking Josh gave me a hickey and I broke up with him because he told me my cousin was going to hell for getting murdered. So like that was cool. Sorry. I know it's a big story. And then on top of that, then I dated a 20-year-old when I was 18 at the end of my high school year. So like everyone suddenly knew about Emily. It was like exploded out of control, but not quite like Olive.
All it takes is one.
Right. I had a lot of just like strong connections to this movie. So Ra'Shawn, I don't know. I feel like it's real because I lived it.
Period, Pooh.
Well, fuck, I can't compete with that. Shit.
Also, as a teacher, just seeing the way that students interact in school, like a lot of the times the coolest kids are the ones that don't talk very much. And they're the ones that like are invisible to their peers. But then you as an adult, you see them and you're like, oh, damn, like you're a really smart kid. You're going to do great.
This kid is going to crush it in college. This kid's going to do so great.
Like you just got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I feel that all the time with some of my students. So like I definitely didn't even think about that until this time watching it.
You guys are right.
Shut you down, Ra'Shawn.
This
Ra'Shawn,
movie's
go.
incredible.
Just walk out.
We love you. We love you so much, Ra'Shawn. Stay forever.
No, I'm leaving.
No. Can we talk about how much we love this movie now?
Yeah, let's go to the good and start with who won this movie.
Did everyone just choose the parents?
Yep.
Yeah.
I also said Amanda Bynes.
Yes.
Just the cast, the entire cast.
Seriously, the entire cast was so well done. They all interacted really well together. I don't think I had a single person that I didn't enjoy. Like, I didn't know Penn Badgley before this movie, but then I watched Gossip Girl in college and I went, wait, that's the same dude? Are you fucking serious? Like, what is this? And now I've watched You and I'm like, oh my God, is this still the same dude? What is this? All of them are fantastic, but a special thank you to Patricia Clarkson and Stanley Tucci for being the coolest fucking people in the world.
Yeah. I want a whole movie of them where they are just running like a parenting camp for unfit parents. Like that's the movie I want to see. I want them to be camp counselors at a parenting camp.
T.
I do that all the time now. T. They can be the second part of the trilogy. Like that shit I would watch.
Yeah, they're absolutely amazing. Those are the parents that I think everybody would kind of in that situation because they didn't panic. It wasn't like, oh, you're doing this thing or that's so wrong. It was like, yo, it's high school. Be a kid. These things are gonna happen, and they just kind of flow through it.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Even before the situation that she finds herself in, though, like you can tell that they are very involved parents and very sarcastic and supportive. Like when the kid says like I'm adopted and Stanley Tucci like pounds the cabinet like, who told you? Like that's that just shows a great rapport between them and their kids.
I also think it's that they don't talk to their kids like kids. They just talk like they're all not even like adults, but they're just talking on the same
human
level of communication, and I think that's why we love it so much, because the conversation is just like a conversation we would have.
So we all agree we liked this movie, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love this movie.
Yeah,
Ra'Shawn.
I love this. I mean, just like the simple lines.
Ra'Shawn.
Like...
He's so quiet, Mella. Can you go
see what
in
I
there
go
and slap
through?
him?
I know.
Let Brandon talk and leave
No,
me
it's
alone.
just
Keep going, Brandon. Keep going.
It's like simple lines like "Sweet Valley of the Traveling Pants." Did I just get saved? Like it's just so much stuff. And then I don't know what a cowbell is. I was actually what is a cowbell? I didn't when he was talking about like the stuff that what's the kid's name?
I think it's Brandon. No,
it's Brandon.
Yeah. Yes. How could I forget it's Brandon? Right? Yeah. He said, yeah, it's like a cowbell. I was like, what the hell is a cowbell? Like, do I want to know what a cowbell is? That's like morning dew. Like, do you really want to know what that?
Morning dew is one of my favorite things in the entire world. I know that's weird, but
I think one of my favorite things is when they flash back to Penn Badgley and Emma Stone being young, and they're gonna like kiss on the bed, and they're just using Emma Stone's voice as the little girl, and it's just dubbed over, but it's not Penn Badgley's voice, and he's like, why do you sound like a grown-up? It's so ridiculous.
Like whoever wrote this was just they were in the zone on this shit. Some of the stuff was just fun. It's now 12 years later, it's still funny as fuck. Like,
yeah,
I don't know why it's so funny still.
So I think I knew I liked this movie when the Pocket Full of Sunshine montage happened, and it wasn't the beginning of it. It was definitely the part where she's opening and closing the card over and over again. And I was like, okay, this is weird. This is not like the typical thing that I've usually seen in a comedy with my girlfriends. But then as it escalates and builds, I was like, okay, I will watch the rest of this movie. Because at that point, I wasn't quite sold on it. I wasn't quite sold, but that was the moment when I was like, okay, I think I'm going to be into this humor. I think I'm going to enjoy this.
I just looked up cowbell on Urban Dictionary.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
I don't remember the context with which it was used in the movie, but it says a cowbell is when a man takes his scrotum and swings it between a woman's breasts.
That is definitely not what I thought it was going to be.
Does that fit the context you remember it in, Brandon?
I didn't. He just said a cowbell. I didn't know what the hell it was.
He didn't take it a step further.
No clue. Like it's. I kind of liked the mystery for a little while. But no.
Sorry.
Way to go, Ben.
That's cool though. That's cool. Cowbell.
I also really enjoyed a lot of the poking fun at religious groups. No offense to anyone who's religious, but I'm not. And it's partially because I experienced some pretty intensive sort of trauma from those kinds of religious groups, just pushing their agenda on everyone. And so I think my favorite part is just watching them do their hand gesture shit to each other, always to him, and I'm like, fuck, what is this shit?
Him.
And they do it in a way that I think is still respectful in a way. Like they do it in a way where there weren't millions of people that are super religious that got really upset with this movie. They're going to be the few crazies in the world that are always going to complain about everything. But I don't know. I think everyone could kind of relate with anyone pushing their agenda on something.
Mm-hmm.
So I really loved that.
I was super religious in college.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up.
Student staff on campus ministry. So them sitting in the circle, all singing the song. I've been in circles like that before. So
that is
it resonated with me too, because around this time is when I was heavily involved in that group.
Yeah, didn't you go to Florida and try to be a missionary or something?
Bitch, it's South Carolina, and I was there for 7 weeks.
Oh, Minister Ben, I can't.
Oh my goodness.
So you knew people like this, right?
The people I knew weren't as openly judgmental as the ones, especially Marianne in this movie. They
just quietly judgmental.
Judgmental, I would say,
kind of the
is
worst.
what they were. Yeah.
They're the worst. Yeah.
Not all of them. I met a lot of really nice people.
Yeah. No, I'm a person of faith still. But I thought this was dead on. Hilarious. Yeah, because I feel like they had to go a little cartoonish, which is fine.
Yeah.
The scarier people are the silent, judgmental people that don't get caught.
Right.
But I feel like for this movie, it kind of had to be heightened and a little cartoony. But I thought
you're right.
Amanda Bynes did great.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else have any other favorite things from this movie?
The writer who wrote one of my favorite plays, Dog Sees God, he's openly gay, Bert V. Royal, and I think he based Brandon off of his experience in high school.
Oh.
And Dog Sees God is a really quippy, funny play, and he brought a lot of that dialogue to this script. So I thought it was really well done.
Yeah. I mean, I loved the script as well, especially just like the dialogue interactions with the characters. And I think that's not fully to do with just like me loving all the characters and the actors, but I think it was definitely due to a lot of the dialogue and the writing.
I like the tie-in to Huck Finn that we get at the end, that the Brandon story is really a retelling of Huck Finn.
Okay. I'm going to add to that later.
How much later? Because we could do it now.
We can do it now. It was going to be for my weird.
Let's go to weird then. Let's go to weird first.
Well, I'm not done with the other things I loved about this movie, but fine. We can skip it. It's totally fine. Yeah, actually, it works out. I was sitting there, this dumb white chick from Duluth, Minnesota, going, Huck Finn is supposed to be an allegory for homosexuality. And I'm sitting there like completely lost. And still I'm sitting here going, what? And I remember reading Huckleberry Finn in school, and I think it was similar to the Scarlet Letter. I don't think I understood any of it. Is this like a common thing like in the world? Like, am I just missing something? Because that, to me, I thought it was great to like bring in other classic literature. It was fun to like have these connections, but I was sitting there and I was like, what? I missed something.
Yeah, like Hannibal, Missouri is literally like an hour away from St. Louis. Now that shit flew all over my head so fast.
I don't think it's intended to be that. I think that's just an interpretation you could throw out there, like like my interpretations of the movie Rubber.
What?
Shut the fuck up. You all will just have to listen to that episode later when it comes out. It's just a fucking insane. It's insane. But I guess like I don't think Mark Twain ever meant what. I mean, maybe he did. Who knows? I don't care about the author at this point. But I didn't even realize that like people have that point of view. I mean, you could say anything as an allegory for homosexuality. You could probably make an argument. Knowing Ben, he probably could make an argument for literally anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's something that we discussed in high school, you know, the allegory to homosexuality. That's just like probably not something they would do. I also went to a fucked up high school where we didn't read classic literature. I never read The Great Gatsby, Scarlet Letter. What's the one with the pigs?
Didn't need it.
Never
Lord
read
of the Flies.
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm, Lord of the Flies.
No, Lord of the Flies. The kid's name is Piggy. They're not about pigs.
Didn't they kill a pig though?
Yeah,
didn't they kill a pig and eat it?
They killed Piggy.
Like a warhol. Oh,
Piggy's the kid who got killed by the boulder.
You see? I don't even know. I never read that shit. So, but I think I've like through college and like acting school and everyone, it's just been a common thing where they're like, oh yeah, Huck Finn is homosexuality. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And especially with this movie too, it kind of just pushed forth that thought.
I feel like it says more about Olive than it does about the actual story. Like this is just a high school girl's take on that, and then it ends up happening to Brandon. But yeah, I never took that at all.
Okay, so I'm not just like crazy going like,
no,
what?
Not at all.
Okay.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, just wanted to confirm Emily's not losing her mind.
My weird is the entire portrayal of how school administration works in this movie.
Because now you're administrator.
Because now I'm an administrator, so it's like one swear word and they threaten to have her kicked out of school. Like I've seen students bring weapons to school and not get kicked out. Like that's nonsense. And then the worst part is the administration's lack of response to her performance at the pep rally near the end.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
they let that go on for way too long. Where the fuck were they? Like the second those house lights go down, that shit would have been shut down at any other school. And those lights in the gymnasium, it takes a key to turn those on and off in most schools. Like that's nonsense. Who's running that shit? And who's the spotlight guy? How did she get the spotlight guy in on this? There's like a roaming spotlight during the performance. My God. Like it's like he was like a peak level improviser who's like, I'm looking at the program, this ain't on it, but fuck it. Like I'm gonna set the mood for this slut stance.
Ben's been a technical director quite a few times.
Mine is also like the outfits. And I guess they kind of talk about like she can only go so far with it. But I think about like my high school, we could never wear a spaghetti strap. Like, God forbid we show just the peak of our shoulder or wear shorts. Like, so I think like going into these high school movies, you always have to like suspend your disbelief because these bitches got titties out and I couldn't even wear like fucking, I couldn't even show my ankles. And I did not go to a religious school whatsoever. It was just like everyone had to look the same. So for her to be able to like wear a fucking corset with an A on it, I'm like, nah, that could never happen.
I also think, I mean, none of us have gone to school in California, you know, so
That's
I feel
true.
like they do get away with a lot being like
You're
a
totally
Southern
right.
California high school.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't believe she was still fucking wearing heels every day. I was like,
I did
okay,
that.
cool. I
That
cannot
was
believe
me.
you did that. I'm so impressed by you.
Every day?
Every day. Like so
Wow.
much so that I think one day it was like a spirit day and I was wearing Converse that like matched my jersey and my drama teacher was like, I've never seen you wear tennis shoes. I was like, oh my God, I guess so. I was like heels every day with the fit, the heels in the bag.
Sweatpants most days. For me. Seriously, I'd go for morning practice, swimming, and then I'd go to school and I'd wear sweatpants most of the time. But yeah, we had some really crazy dress code stuff where I went to school too as a public school. And, you know, now as a teacher, we don't really have a dress code anymore at all. It's like you need to cover your front and have sides, and you need to have bottoms. Like that's the dress code. And honestly, like I like it, but at the same time, there are some times where students are just literally wearing a bra and like kind of a sweatshirt, but like half zipped up, so their bra's just sticking out. And I'm like, I'm not gonna call you out for this, but also
Put a fucking
I
shirt
guess
on.
I wouldn't wear that. I don't
Right.
really know why you think that you should wear that to school, but okay, whatever. Can't really call you out.
The one thing that I kind of noticed a lot is that do kids even dress out for gym anymore? Because when I was younger, if you didn't dress out, you didn't pass gym. So like
you
I see a
gotta
lot of kids like in these older most movies when they're like, oh, we're going to gym, they're all dressed out in uniform. Like, I haven't seen a kid dress out in literally like 6-7 years.
Depends on what district you're in. Like there
Yeah,
are districts
that's
that can
true.
afford to give gym clothes to every student, and then they require them to wear it. Other weird from anyone?
The butter knife is a gateway knife. Funny as fuck.
No, that's so funny.
Funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Bitch, that has to be like the worst like guidance counselor ever in life. Didn't even listen to anything she had to say. Like it was terrible. And I'm like I don't know. I'm not thinking, do I know any guidance counselors like that? And I don't think I've ever met a guidance counselor like that. I haven't been working in school districts as long as you guys have though. But like for me, I haven't noticed any that were like that at all. But I thought that was kind of weird that like you didn't even stop to listen. Like
I won't name
I know
names.
one for sure, but we
Oh,
know
okay.
one that you know, Brandon.
I feel like it's like for my high school, the counselors weren't like actual counselors. They felt like just like another administrative person. So it wasn't like you would go in there and talk your feelings. They would just be like, okay, so it looks like you're not doing well in these classes. Let's figure it out.
More deans.
Yeah, like more deans versus. So I guess maybe for this movie, it's kind of a play on that, like by a lot, where she's just like, fuck this. It's just another kid I don't want to listen to.
Right. I also think that now mental health is such a priority in our society and especially in our schools that 12 years ago, this is how counselors were. This was my bad. I thought in a million years that they would not portray a counselor in such a negative light. Like, sure, yeah, she slept with a student. I was not fine with that because that always makes me feel really uncomfortable. Yes, he was legal age, but whatever, who cares? Still a student, still an authority figure. But the fact that she literally wasn't listening to Olive, she just kind of perpetuated her own opinions right away based off what she heard and didn't seem sympathetic at all as a character. Like, didn't matter if she was sympathetic to Olive or not. She just didn't seem sympathetic at all as a character. And so her being the person that gave chlamydia to the guy and was cheating on her husband, who's Olive's favorite teacher, I'm sitting there and I thought it was such a bad way to handle her character in the beginning, like her introduction. I just was like, if she was going to have such a downward spiral, I needed to have some sort of reason why I liked her, besides the fact that she's married to Olive's favorite teacher. And so I thought that was the only bad part of the movie that I really didn't like.
I feel like you could fix that by making them one character.
Oh.
So that she's there from the beginning.
That'd be really depressing. Oh, fuck.
You know, like that's her favorite teacher. She confides in her, and then she finds out that her favorite teacher is not perfect. And then when it comes time, she's like, hey, back me up. Tell everyone that this is not true. And she's like, I can't do that. And then there's that like tension between the two of them.
Yeah.
Because when Lisa Kudrow shows up, like 5 minutes later, you find out she's sleeping with a student. And you're like, wait, I just met you. What's happening?
Yeah.
Right.
That makes this movie a lot heavier, but in a good way, I think.
Yeah, in a good way. Yeah. And it's like a female friendship relationship that's her mentor. But I feel like Lisa Kudrow did the best with what she had because she's amazing.
Shit, goddamn. Goddamn.
Any other weird?
The soundtrack is a little weird to me. And I can't elaborate on it. I don't know why, but there's times when it's like
it works and then sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't. She's like doing a monologue and then like One Republic is screaming in my ear and I'm like, can somebody turn that down? You know?
It just feels like the times.
That's what I was gonna say too.
There's needle drops like every 5 minutes and I'm like, hey.
But this is a Ra'Shawn thing. Ra'Shawn does not like needle drops. The movie could be fucking silent and you'd be like,
Ra'Shawn loves needle drops. Ra'Shawn loves needle drops.
Ra'Shawn loves Hans Zimmer and nothing else. That's it.
That's not a needle drop. That's not a needle drop. That's
I know. Score. That's what I'm saying. You just love a big ass score, but you don't like needle drops.
I don't like incessant just without... There's just like a pop song playing every 5 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's not the same as like, you know, Reservoir Dogs has a great needle drop. Baby Driver has great needle drops. This is just like, here's
Pocket
you know, the Carey brothers. Here's Jesse J screaming. And I love all those songs. They're just like all over the place. I don't know.
Any talented editors out there listening, feel free to cut together like 5 minutes of Easy A with a Hans Zimmer score behind it, please.
Shit.
I'd love to hear it.
I will pay
you. just merge Inception and Easy A, right? He did Hans Zimmer. That's Hans Zimmer.
I could listen to Time like forever. I love that. That's his best shit.
Mm-hmm. How about Bad? It's Ra'Shawn's time to shine.
It is Ra'Shawn's
Come on,
turn
Ra'Shawn.
because you have not said shit about this movie being good.
That is not true.
You liked the writing.
Look, I love Emma Stone. I liked the movie. That's all. That's all.
It's gonna kill me.
It's just like a little lost in the sauce in the end, like the back half. There's just so much happening that I'm like, just stick to the one lie and like, I don't need all the counselor sleeping with the student and that's another lie on top of a lie. I don't know. Just doesn't. It's not bad.
Things get out of hand. She says
Things
that.
Get out of hand. But it always course corrects to Emma Stone, who is phenomenal. And that's the movie's strength.
Although all of the lies and everything does lead to my favorite moment with Amanda Bynes screaming chlamydia, and just the way she screams it is so fucking good.
I thought, so this is more of a personal story since Emily got to tell one earlier. I
no.
thought that when the guy was in the hospital, that they were going to diagnose him with blue balls.
That's funny.
Because in high school,
Oh no.
I had blue balls so bad that I thought I had testicular torsion. So I went to the doctor and they're like, "Oh, you're fine. You just have an inflamed epididymis." And I go, "Well, what does that cause from?" And he's like, "Have you ejaculated recently?" And I was like, "No." "Have you been with a girl, like maybe dry humping?" "Yeah." She's like, "Well, there it is."
Being somebody who's actually had that, not the blue balls, but the other thing happened to them.
Oh God.
Before,
Oh no.
because I was actually like lifting, like you can get it by like lifting weights.
Yeah.
So I was lifting and it happened. I didn't know what it was. It is literally, and I've been hurt a lot. Number 2.
Oh
on
my God.
Top of all the surgeries I've had and everything. It's because like you can't, like I was sitting in the bed and my mom came up and she was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "We got to do something. I couldn't lay there and you can't get comfortable." So when they came in, they wheeled me in. I was like, "What happened?" And said, "Well, this is what happened." He said, like, "Your left knee kind of turned right and it's cutting off blood supply." And I was like, "Can you save it?"
Oh my God.
Is it savable? So yes, it was saved. It was saved. But
Obviously,
still, like,
since you have a kid.
it's, well, I mean, you can have
2.
one with one.
Yeah.
You got
Oh
2.
my God, whatever.
But I mean, it's like it's as far as pain goes, it's probably number 2.
Jesus
And
Christ.
and this is coming from a guy who's almost died twice. This is probably number 2 on the list.
Whoa.
Shit hurts like a motherfucker, I tell you.
So Ben, come on, stop your complaining.
It hurt. I could barely walk. It hurts so bad, honestly.
What did they do for that?
What do you think they prescribed for
Send
that?
you home and masturbate?
Never mind.
Get this guy a nut.
Here's a 3 free day subscription to Bang Bros. Here you go. Here.
I regret
Bank
my
to live.
question.
Bank to live.
Man, Mella, I love you so much.
How the fuck do we transition after that? Okay.
don't. We just move on because
Just
that
go
is,
right to
we're
the next
done.
thing.
We're done. And I think
What
we
did
need
they
to just
do?
quick.
Do we already do weird? Or is that, so I just not do my
the
weird?
weird.
I'm not going to worry about it.
I
We're
think we
good.
just got to wrap this up, Ben.
We're
I think
good.
it's time to
Yeah,
wrap
let's do
up
it.
this movie. Let's put a cork in it.
Okay.
So let's start with Brandon.
Great movie. I love it. Every time it comes on, I watch at least some part of it. Michael Grady, who's the DP on this, who also did Friends with Benefits, did a couple episodes of The Leftovers, and did 2 episodes of Ozark. I think it's for it to be a team film. I think it's lit really well. Everybody has a cool little edge light on their hair, which I think is amazing. It's really hard to pull off throughout the whole film. I love it, man. There's just nothing, I can't say anything bad about this movie. It's fucking hilarious. You're a high-end stripper for governors and athletes was fucking hilarious every time I hear that shit. They have to have a lot of money in California because anytime you're giving up $200 gift cards in like in like 2010, you got cash someplace.
Yeah.
But I love it, man. I just love this film.
Awesome. Ben.
This movie's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed all the performances. I enjoyed the script. The filmmaking is done very competently. It was the first time I had seen it, but it won't be the last.
What?
Yep.
You didn't even want to say that in the beginning?
No, that's okay.
Whatever, bitch. Ra'Shawn.
Yeah, I like this movie. She's like an A-list Oscar winner now, but I love movies where you can like watch somebody become a movie star. And I feel like this was that moment where you were like, this woman is about to be like, holy shit, in the stratosphere. And she just like, she is the movie. It's on her shoulders and she does it. She makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
And That's all I'm out. Maybe like half the songs. That's all. Half.
I saved Mella for laughs. Oh my god, I saved Mella for last so I could just, hop on board right after you're done because I'm pretty sure I'm going to agree with everything you say.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a favorite movie of mine. Like I said before, I think it's a great comedy, and I think I can even say I can take away the teen part of it. It's not just a teen comedy, it's a great comedy overall. All of the performances are spectacular. Everyone is just firing on all cylinders. I think it's also a super quotable movie that is in my vernacular now as a 32-year-old woman. I just can quote it at any time, and I've seen it 25 times. There will be 25 more.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
What's your favorite idea? Mine is being creative.
How do you get the idea?
I just try to think creatively.
Ben, you decided to take on Twits Light this week. Are you so excited?
I'm so excited. I'm excited to get silly with y'all. So, for the first question of Twits today, the entire plot of this movie deals with high school rumors spreading. So, I want to start a few rumors here today.
Ooh.
I'm going to randomly select a name and then randomly assign that person another person here in the recording, and they have to make up a salacious high school rumor about whoever's drawn.
What does salacious mean?
Scandalous.
Okay.
Delicious.
Juicy.
It does not need to be rooted in any truth, and it probably shouldn't be, so let's just throw that out there. But if you want to tie it in, maybe just don't say that it's based on truth, especially if you're revealing something someone may not want public.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go first. And I'm going to click my random number generator just to give you an idea of the type of rumors I'm thinking about. So, random number generator. I got Emily.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Okay. Oh my God. Did you guys hear what Emily does with a cucumber? She uses it as deodorant.
Oh my God.
She takes that cucumber and she chops off a slice and then applies it under her armpits. That's why bitch smells so bad all the time.
Okay, that actually sounds like something that I would maybe do.
Emily, you've got Brandon.
Okay. Oh my God. Did you guys know that Brandon is really good with balls? I'm talking basketballs spinning on every finger. All
Oh
at the
my
same
God.
time.
That's crazy.
Wow,
That's
I know.
insane.
defying math. Brandon, you got me.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Do you know what Ben does with kids? Oh my goodness. He takes care of them and stuff. Takes them to class and helps them out.
Wow.
Oh my
Salacious.
God. Oh my God.
That was salacious. Did not know where that was going.
Okay, Mella, you got Ra'Shawn.
You guys, I have the craziest story.
She's done this before.
Do you guys know who Courtney is, right? That girl from science class.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Ra'Shawn did with her dad?
Oh my God.
I know.
What?
They went golfing and they had the best time. It's fucking crazy.
Whoa.
I know. Spread it like wildfire.
Does Courtney know?
She doesn't. That's the craziest part.
Oh my God.
Shit.
It's gonna get around.
Ra'Shawn, how about Mella?
You guys did not hear this from me.
But
Totally didn't hear this from me. But I heard there is some weird family history with Carmela Diaz-Lawler. She is related to Cameron Diaz.
Oh.
That is amazing.
She doesn't like to talk about it. They're still pretty close. That car that comes and picks her up every day after school with the tinted windows, that's Miss Charlie's Angel. But you didn't hear that from me, okay, guys?
Miss Charlie's Angel.
Ben, these were definitely a lot nicer than I think you planned.
That's okay, though. So you just had a rumor made up about you, just like Olive did. But Olive was able to take ownership of that rumor and use it to her advantage. So I want you to do the same. How do you take the
I know
rumor
what I'm
just
doing.
made up for you and use it to your advantage? And because Emily got her rumor first, she'll go first.
And I already know exactly what I'm doing. Y'all, I'm making natural deodorant and selling that shit.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Fuck, get your coin up, mama.
Oh my God. Do you know how many kids are going to be like just swarming me? And then I'm going to release a different flavor and it's going to be eggplant.
It's going to be
They're
squash.
going to just go nuts. Yes, they're going to buy so much of this shit and it's barely going to do anything. Yes.
Brandon, how are you going to use the basketball skills to your advantage?
I will train squirrels to dribble balls, to dribble their own small basketballs, and have my own squirrel like basketball association.
Whoa, the SBA.
Yeah, the SBA. Yep.
Too quick.
That's exactly what's gonna be. And I mean, and it'll just be like something everybody can play side bets on. So I already have like all the whole like stuff going on in Vegas for it. Yeah. It'll definitely work out. And then after that, it's just going from like, it's like getting squirrels and then getting like chipmunks together. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So, because, there's a little bit of those fast twist muscles, you know what I'm saying? You can't really stop that.
Nice. My rumor was so nice. So I feel like I need to do something bad with it.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I've earned the trust of the other teachers and the children. Child trafficking. Let's go.
God.
I was hoping you said like child assassins or something like that.
No.
Just trafficking.
Ben!
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, but I've instilled in them, goodness skills. So I'm trafficking them to be helpers at other schools. You guys are just so evil in assuming that I would traffic them for other reasons. Like, awful. Ra'Shawn, use that rumor to your advantage.
So yes, I do have golf sessions with Mr. Brown. But what people don't know is that I use that quality time to my advantage, and I fucked Courtney's dad.
Yes.
Period.
See, Courtney knows that you fuck her dad, but she doesn't know you play golf with him.
Right, that's the big.
Courtney knew.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Mella.
I mean, through this, I've always wanted to be a blonde. So now I can actually slowly start becoming one. And it will make the rumor even more true that Cameron Diaz is my close my cousin, my first cousin. And I can also get blue contacts. Like, it'll be like a whole fucking white chicks moment for me. I can really step into that.
Amazing. Yeah.
Shall we play a game?
I despise guessing games.
This great game. Makes you think and it helps your memory.
Let the games begin.
This week, I decided to switch with Ben. I'm playing this game, or I came up with this game. And this game is called Gossip Valley Girl.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, Brandon, you're going to have to talk like a Valley Girl, too.
Okay.
This game is a hot or not guessing game about how your tyrannical ruler feels, aka moi. I'm your queen bee, and I'm going to give you a picture of someone. You all get to decide who's hot or not and why. Points are awarded to everyone who matches with the queen bee, and a bonus point for anyone who matches my reasoning. However, with any good hierarchy, there's always room for scandal.
Ooh.
If one of my underlings step out of line with a different opinion, meaning a wrong hot or not answer, then they lose all their points and they have to work from the bottom again to gain my approval.
Holy shit. Okay.
And obviously you have to talk like a Valley Girl since we're all from LA.
A lot.
Yeah.
So mean.
Totally.
You know, for someone who hates Sydney White, you stole the whole plot of that fucking movie.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. So the first one's a gimme, but hopefully we'll figure it out. All right. I'm keeping track of points. And we're going to kind of go, we'll start with Ben, Brandon, Ra'Shawn, Mella, and then we'll kind of rotate through. So, Ben, hot or not?
OM God, so fucking hot.
Why?
Look at that dick. That big ass bulge.
Brandon, hot or not?
I'm gonna say yes, because the hair is like giving me all types of feelings. So yes.
I should probably say this is David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, so that like your listeners can hear.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think I said that.
I'm glad we realized that on person one.
Right. Ra'Shawn, hot or not?
I'm going to say anybody with like the actual literal balls to wear an outfit like this is super hot.
Okay. Mella.
Hey, girl. I'm going to go with hot because it's giving fashion and it's giving latex, and what's better than that?
Love it. You're all correct. You're perfect underlings. The only one, Brandon, you're a little bit down because, like, yeah, his hair's fine and everything, I guess.
It's the best.
If you like hockey hair.
All right,
there's a
number
mullet back
2, Serena Williams. We're gonna go with Brandon first.
Yes, she's definitely hot. She's just like she had the Nikes going and like the tennis skirt, and like you just can't beat that type of fashion. So yes.
Ra'Shawn.
Yes, queen, slay queen, live queen. And I think the sexiness comes from her power and her talent.
Mella.
I'm going hot, Avi, because she's giving boss bitch. She also is besties with Beyonce, so duh, hot.
Ben.
She's so obviously not hot. Bitch trying to pull off white every month of the year. You can't do that after Labor Day, bitch.
Ben, you are at the bottom now. I don't know if I can trust you anymore.
Shit.
Ra'Shawn, you're so right. Her power and her muscles are so sexy. Mella, I'm sorry. Beyonce is so old news. And Brandon, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Don't let the hive hear this.
Number 3, John Krasinski. Ra'Shawn.
Like, sorry, JK, but if you're not gonna stick to being like a nerd, Jimmy Halpert, I'm gonna have to go with not. And I probably just lost all my points.
Mella.
It's giving absolutely hot. And he was Jim Halpert, yeah, but now he has muscles and he can do a mean side eye to the camera. Hot.
Ben.
He's definitely not hot. Did you see the way he treated Pam in season 9? That fucker that was just such a bitch.
Brandon.
I'm gonna say hot. I'm gonna say hot because you see what he did in that one movie when he was trying to save all his babies and his wife and shit. Like that was like so cool against like those like aliens and everything. And then on top of that, like the way he came into one movie, he just pressed a button and phased the fuck in. Like that was just hot as fuck. Like yes, hot.
Oh my God, Mella and Brandon, I cannot believe you. I cannot believe you two. Get out of this group. You better earn your place back. Ra'Shawn, you and I are just like soul sisters right now.
I know, girl.
Mella, Dame Helen Mirren.
I'm gonna go with hot because I feel like even as like an old head, like she's still giving fashion. And have you seen her titties? They're great.
Oh my.
Ben.
She's smoking hot. Like a fine wine, she just gets better with age.
That's your reason?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot at 80 is hotter than hot at 20.
Brandon.
She's lost literally nothing since she was like, well, like 20 when she first came on the scene. Like I think she just like her, like the smolder she's giving right now is just like way too much. It's burning my retinas.
So hot, burning your redness. Blazing hot. Got it. Ra'Shawn.
Category is British beauty. I think super hot. And if I can mispronounce something, just one moment, damn Helen Mirren.
No.
Oh, thank goodness. You're all back on track. Yes, she is gorge. All right. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. If you haven't seen him in Watchmen, you need to watch it so you can see who he is, I guess. And other things. Ben.
Yeah, baby. Have you seen Watchmen? That shot when he's got that big blue dick? Oh!
Ooh.
Brandon.
I have not seen Watchmen.
He plays Dr. Manhattan.
I
figured you figured that out.
I know he plays it. Like I've heard. I know that a black guy played Manhattan. I didn't know it was him. Yes. I'm gonna say yes. Super, like the power tie. Like he's happy. All of it. Like he just looks like he's just. It's just like brown guy joy, like brown boy joy or something. Like, I don't know what to call it. It's just all over the place right now. It's just amazing. Like he just radiates like what you would want to be in the guy. Like I want to be him. I want to be inside of his skin. He's just that cool.
Ra'Shawn.
Excuse me, Dr. Manhattan. I've got a sweet tooth for this candy man. I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, yes. Twice. The second.
Mella.
This is a Duff hot. I know I'm not supposed to say Candyman 5 times, so I'd rather fucking scream it. Am I right?
That's not what I had for my reason, but you're getting a bonus point for that. Brandon and Ben, you're so right. He emanates joy and his smile is perfect and that big blue penis is so great.
Oh God.
Yes. So hot. All right. I don't remember what number we're on. Probably 5. Tony Leung. Brandon.
I'm gonna say I don't know.
We gotta pick, Brandon.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's giving me right now. It just doesn't. I don't know. He's.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what you think. Remember, you have to deal with Queen Bee.
I know. I'm just wondering which. I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. He's hot. Yeah.
Ra'Shawn?
Who let this smoldering gentleman into the room? I'm in the mood for love.
Mella.
I'm gonna go with not. I don't like an unbrushed brow, and in this photo, he's giving unbrushed. Not.
Ben.
You know what I'm in the mood for? That ass. He's so hot. Lust caution? Fuck that. Lust recklessness.
Mella, you are back on the bottom. I can't believe you, girl.
I know.
But Ra'Shawn, you are crushing it with that smolder and that smize.
Mm.
All right, number 6, I think. Anyway, Amanda Seyfried. Ra'Shawn.
Sorry, I'm letting my Emily speak to me. I'm gonna say not hot because she like doesn't know who her dad is. So
what? Nothing sexier than knowing who your father is.
Mella.
I'm gonna go with hot. She mama's my Mia. Am I right?
Ben.
She makes me lay miserable. That Gollum looking bitch ain't hot at all.
Brandon.
I'm gonna say not. Like, who's blonde is so out right now? Like, why?
Ooh.
In the shoulder pads, like, is she a linebacker or is she trying to tell me that she wants to do something? What is she with that? I don't understand.
Mella, girl, you are on thin ice. Any complaint about Amanda Seyfried and bad words gets an extra point in my books. Just fucking hate her, and I don't know why. Jamie Foxx.
Oh my god.
Who did I start with before?
That was real.
I don't know. I know you should start with.
Mella. Actually, Mella gets to start.
Hot. Hot. He can sing, he can dance, he's funny, he's hot.
Ben.
What a fox. Like, I would love to fox with him and let him jammy his cock in my butt.
What? Okay. All right.
Took it there, took it there.
Brandon.
Any Given Sunday.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, baby.
Oh. And Ra'Shawn.
Sorry, guys. I've got to go. I got a booty call. I'm a yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I need new underlings.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's not hot.
Wow.
For reals, Jamie Foxx is just, he's got too clean of a hairline for me. I need my boys to be not so perfect.
Done in by the lineup.
You're all at 0 again.
Oh, Jesus.
We got 2 more. Rose Matafeo.
Where have I seen her before?
A lot of things, but you probably don't remember any of the things. Ben.
Girl is so hot. That sense of humor. Matafeo. More like Mata Bueno.
Brandon.
She's just so not hot. She's wearing Doc Martens. Like, who still wears Doc Martens? I don't know. Like, I don't. I'm gonna say no. She can't roll with me at all. I'm not down.
Ra'Shawn.
I don't know how this is, but I think if you're bringing her up, she's got to be great because you don't have bad taste at all. I'm a yes. Give me all my points.
Do you have a
back.
why?
Because I was in the lead and
Mella.
I'm gonna go with hot. We love a funny chick. Girls are always funnier. Hot.
She is my dream. Oh god, she's so cute and she's so funny and smile and everything. I love her. All right. Last one, I think. We've got Martha Igoreda. What do we think? Brandon, I think I start with.
All right, just not non-value wise, she's actually really nice to look at. I do not know who this woman is, but she's absolutely fucking gorgeous. I'm gonna say yes because she's rocking the black, and it's like her black hair and the black dress, and she got the spaghetti straps, and she looks like she fight a bitch. So yes.
Ra'Shawn.
yes, all the way. Style, confidence, poise, charisma, uniqueness, servant talent. Give it to me.
Just list everything. Hopefully get a point back, right? Mella.
Definitely hot. We love a sexy Latina. It's giving face, it's giving hair. We love her. Hot.
Ben.
I don't even know who this is. But she looks like she smokes like a dozen cigarettas a day.
Cigarettas?
She needs to lay off because girl's skin is starting to look a little leathery. I'm going to say not hot.
Ben and Brandon. No, wait, no. Ben, fuck you. She's fucking hot. She is so hot. And if you'd watch Altered Carbon, you would understand. Mella, Ra'Shawn, and Brandon, you are still my underlings, and I love you to pieces. Ben can leave the Met steps, except we're in LA, so I don't know what the equivalent is.
LA.
Leave Disneyland.
Wait, the equivalent of the Met to
know.
New York is Disneyland to LA?
Now let's all agree to never be creative again.
Ra'Shawn Mella with 3 points, Brandon with 1, Ben with 0. But Ra'Shawn, you did have 11 before you got Thank you, everyone. I hope you had fun. I'm so happy that you were all here. We love you tons. Please plug your show before you go.
Yeah, man. This week we did A Star Is Born. We have a 2-year anniversary coming up in a few weeks. We love being on IDYP. We love WCA. Thank you guys so much for having us. It's just always a blast.
Yes, and we love you. And we're always happy to collaborate with you all.
Mhm.
Yay.
You can find When Cinephiles Attack at Cinephiles Attack, I think, on Twitter and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then for I Drink Your Podcast, it's IDYP_podcast on Twitter and Instagram, and idrinkyourpodcast@gmail.com. Next week, we'll be watching The Kids Are All Right, which is a movie Ben has never seen before. So I guess you're writing the plot summary for us, although I don't think I've seen it either. So
That's good.
have
We
fun.
can both write one.
Cool. We'll see who's better.
Yeah.
Before we leave, Mella,
Yes.
because you're so good in your LA Valley Girl voice, can you do an impression of Daniel Day-Lewis being a Valley Girl and end the episode by saying, I drink your podcast, I drink it up?
Of course. I drink your podcast, I drink it up.
Yes, because
I
Daniel
love you.
Day-Lewis is so good, it's going to sound exactly like a Valley Girl because he spent multiple years in the Valley researching the role.
Commitment. Yeah.
We love you all. Thank you so
Love
much.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
take it easy, y'all.